Welcome to the Daily Guidance Meditation Podcast with a Realized Master. These meditation talks were recorded during intensive spiritual retreats with Satguru Sirio Ji. Therefore, they might contain some specific teachings and wisdom for life to be taken into consideration. Each recording begins with a mantra to bring you into a favorable condition for the inner journey. This initial mantra is followed by a brief talk in which the process of meditation is explained to you. After the talk, keep meditating at least for 15 minutes, and if you like it, continue increasing the time by and by as you proceed. So now you are left with nothing else to do but close your eyes, relax, listen, and let meditation happen.
Everything starts from a center and wants to expand without limits. Everything then wants to go back to the center. In the center sprinkles the life. in the periphery that prevails. So the destiny of whatever comes into the manifestation, it is to eventually go back to its source. If we observe nature, it teaches it to us. We can see it everywhere. The water evaporates from the sea, it goes into the air, then eventually when the appropriate condition is created in the space, it again falls down on the earth, and of course some directly falls on the ocean again, but much of it falls everywhere on the earth, and it will by any means try to find a way to go back to the ocean by creating rivulets, canals, rivers, and eventually reunite again with its source, that is the ocean. So it's with us, human beings. It's innate in us this need to expand, to become wider and wider. And the point is, then, once we expand so much in this world, in this material world, we find that nothing of this is giving us lasting gratification, happiness. So then we turn within to see if there is another way to find permanent happiness and fulfillment. Because the outer expansion in this world eventually brings frustration, brings addictions of all sorts, diseases, and eventual death. So then we turn within, hoping that there may be another way. And then we find out that this expansion cannot be material, because material has a way limits. It can be only inwardly. Inwardly we have to expand endlessly, not outwardly. So what has to expand is our consciousness. This sense of I that we have has to become wider and wider until it disappears into the supreme I. So then we have gone back to our source. So meditation is this process of going inwardly towards the center. Our mind has expanded so much in so many directions. It may be fine to expand and acquire knowledge, but eventually it's an endless circle which never finds an end. And anyway, it doesn't give us this sense of fulfillment, of being complete. Because in the mind realm, from 1 you make 2, from 2 you make 4, from 4 you make 8, there is never an end. So going back to the 1, it's an inwardly process. We have to stop these ramifications of the mind. And we have to stop and limit these activities of the senses that always want more and more. This also keeps expanding endlessly. The senses have never enough. They want more and more pleasure of all sorts. So these also they must have limits. So we turn within and we try to make silence in the mind, because the mind is the creator. The mind creates everything. Everything that we think eventually becomes words and actions, facts of life. So we must be careful about what we think, and if possible, we try not to think at all, because only by not thinking we acquire higher mental faculties of intuition, of perception, of revelations, of enlightenment. So now we try to make silence in the mind. We are so tired of all these thoughts. We would like to get rid of them, just be left at peace. It's like disturbing keys that keep screaming and shouting and all around. So we want silence. That's all. Leave me at peace. Leave me in silence, in peace. Man will never find peace unless he gets absorbed in deep samadhi, says the song. So let's try to get absorbed in deep samadhi if you want to find peace. So we try to gather as much as possible in the center. Look and look steadily in the center. We want to go back to the center. So we help ourselves also by doing Simran, to impede the mind to wander. Looking and repeating, that's all we have to do. Then the inner vision opens, and the light will come to help us, to pull us deeply in the center through his magnetic force. We have to make ourselves available by staying in the center. And when it will be the appropriate time, we will be pulled within by the light itself. But this fact of gathering in the center, we have to try to do it. So we also seek for help by praying to this infinite power, to this supreme being, and to our beloved Sadgurus, to please help us in this endeavor, help us succeed by showering His limitless grace and blessing on us.